What's up, beautiful people? Today we're back with some more stories of people exposing people. Since Sound of Freedom came out, a lot of things have been unveiled to the public. Things that the ears would not like to hear and the mouth wouldn't want to speak about. Seems like we're getting deeper into the rabbit hole. This one is titled Christina Ricci Exposes Ashton Kutcher, Faking Audience with Child Protection Firm. Well, let's see.
Actress Christina Ricci is speaking out as to why it's a crime that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis wrote this character letter for now convicted Danny Masterson.
I hope that my testament to his character is taken into consideration in sentencing. I do not believe he is an ongoing harm to society.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
You know, it was just straightforward and clear. I don't worry about things like making everyone my friend so that everyone will be on my side.
In a shocking turn of events, the infamous Danny Masterson, once known for his role as Stephen Hyde, That 70s Show,
That's right. Okay, let me joke.
found himself at the center of a deeply troubling and sad controversy. On a fateful Thursday, the 47-year-old actor was sentenced to an astonishing 30 years to life in prison for the grave crime between 2001 and 2003. Yes, girl, I was as shocked as you are. This verdict sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry and beyond. However, what truly raised eyebrows was the revelation that many of his friends, including everyone's favorite couple, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher,
kind of just power through. You go, you deal with whatever health issue comes your way.
Yeah, were among the bewildering individuals who supported Masterson's exceptional character in letters submitted before his sentencing. Ashton Kutcher went as far as to hail Masterson as a role model, while Mila Kunis affectionately referred to him as an amazing friend and an older brother figure in her life. Ashton also implored the judge to give Danny a less brutal sentence, claiming that he was no longer an ongoing threat to society. What? Is that the kind of role model one would want in life? Yikes. The whole letter felt like Ashton was just trying to hype him up with zero remorse for the affected women. This unexpected show of support for the disgraced actor sparked a contentious and emotional debate about the nature of loyalty, friendship, and the complexities of Hollywood's inner workings.
Knocked out my hearing, which threw off my equilibrium, my balance, and I couldn't walk, and I had that.
Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher have found themselves tangled up in a juicier web of controversy than a ripe California orange. I mean, picture this. America's sweethearts, who've spent decades in the spotlight, suddenly face a storm of criticism. It is like a plot twist straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster. So what did they do? Well, they took to Instagram in a video that seemed ripped from the script of a daytime soap opera. With all eyes on them, they leaned into the drama, addressing the elephant in the room.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
In his signature laid-back style, Ashton spilled the beans on the backstory. They'd been contacted by Danny Masterson's family a couple of months ago to write letters. You know, just a casual request to vouch for a friend they've known for a quarter of a century. No biggie, right? Those letters, they claimed, weren't meant to downplay the seriousness of the allegations or to make anyone relive their trauma. Oh no, they were for the judge's eyes only. They were meant to paint a rosy picture of the Danny they knew, like they were creating a character bio for a Hollywood casting call. With a hint of regret, Ashton said, "We would never want to do that, and we're sorry if that has happened." It was a classic Hollywood moment where loyalty collided head-on with accountability, leaving fans and critics alike glued to the drama, wondering where the chips would fall next in this star-studded saga. But let's be real, folks. Writing letters asking for leniency for a convicted rapist, even if he's your BFF, doesn't sit well with many, and the critics are not shy about voicing their disappointment. It's like watching a plot twist unfold before our very eyes, a twist that made us question the motives behind that so-called apology. In the court of public opinion, some felt that their regrets came across as more of a "we're sorry we got caught" vibe than a heartfelt expression of remorse. It was as if,
because they said they were writing for the judge. Oh, so it's like, oh, we caught you and we saw what you're trying to do and now you're sorry. Would you have been sorry if we didn't catch you?
They were more concerned about the publicity surrounding their letters than the actual content of those letters. Ouch, that's gotta sting. One of the brave survivors, known only as Jane Doe number 1, who faced the horrors of Danny Masterson's actions, wasted no time clapping back at that Instagram apology. And let's just say she didn't hold back. In her words, that video was more than just a little insulting. It cut deep and stung like 1,000 paparazzi flashes. Her pain and frustration were palpable, and you couldn't help but feel for her as she stood up to make her voice heard. And if that wasn't enough, Chrissy Bixler, another survivor who had faced the unthinkable at the hands of Masterson, wasn't mincing words either. She didn't hesitate to turn the spotlight on Ashton Kutcher, suggesting that, in her opinion, he was no different from his mentor. Ouch! That's a statement that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. And guess what? Even Hollywood insiders weren't holding back. Christina Ricci, a star herself, chimed in, ensuring her voice was heard in this controversy. The Yellow Jacket star didn't hold back when addressing the elephant in the room. In a move that had us all reaching for our virtual popcorn, she took to Instagram stories to share some hard-hitting truths without explicitly naming names, but leaving little doubt about whom she was referring to. As someone who's seen the darker side of fame and relationships, Christina got straight to the point. She boldly declared that sometimes the people we've loved and admired for years can be capable of terrible things. She was dropping truth bombs that reverberated through the Hollywood hills.
I love the cast so much, and I love the writers so much.
But here's where it got really juicy. She called out the act of discrediting abuse survivors as nothing short of a crime. It was a power move that had the internet buzzing with support for her stand. Christina, who knows firsthand the pain of alleged emotional and physical abuse from her own past, then turned the spotlight on the couple in question. In no uncertain terms, she suggested that if someone claims to support victims, that stance should have been clear from the get-go, even before the controversy around Danny Masterson. Ultimately, she pulled no punches, reminding everyone that even those we see as awesome guys can hide dark secrets. Her message was clear: believe the victims, because speaking out is never easy and getting justice can be even harder. It was a moment of raw truth in an industry that often prefers the gloss and glamour, leaving us all with plenty to think about. You see, the crimes Danny has been charged with can never be taken lightly, no matter how good of a person he was with his friends. Masterson, now 47, had been facing serious charges from actions committed in the early 2000s when he was a prominent figure in both the entertainment industry and the Church of Scientology. Prosecutors argued that Masterson had leveraged his stature within these circles to evade accountability for the alleged crimes. The case took on broader significance within the context of that.
People really need to be careful with what they do with fame and what they do with authority and power. Look, I'm sure, I don't know if he's repented since this happened, but he probably doesn't do it again, or I don't know if he's still in the act. But he still caught him again in the future. He got to be accountable in the future. So people really need to be careful. Yeah, I was watching this countryside movie, the one he did with Ashton Kutcher. I forgot the name, where they're always making mockery of Ford and Chevrolet. And then he died in a bike crash or something, I think a bike accident, and then I never showed him again. I was waiting, is he gonna come back? What happened? Apparently he was in jail. I never really followed up on this information until right now. It does make sense why he didn't come back in that movie, because he was in jail. Yeah, it's concerning. Guys, be very careful. Be very careful. Do the right things all the time.
The #MeToo movement, and discussions surrounding power dynamics in Hollywood. During the sentencing hearing, survivors of Masterson's actions had the opportunity to share their impact statements, offering a poignant glimpse into their enduring trauma. Notably, Leah Remini, a former Scientologist and accomplished actress, supported the survivors, providing comfort and solidarity as they shared their stories. One survivor expressed deep regret for not reporting Masterson's actions to the police sooner, a sentiment underscoring the complex and often challenging decisions survivors face. Another survivor extended a message of forgiveness, asserting that the burden of Masterson's sickness was no longer hers. Throughout the proceedings, Masterson remained silent, and as the judge delivered the maximum sentence permitted, his wife, Bijou Phillips, displayed visible emotion in the courtroom. Masterson's conviction followed a retrial prompted by a hung jury in 2022. He was deemed a flight risk post-conviction and taken into prison custody. And just last week, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Well-deserved, I must say. In moments like this, it's natural to question the authenticity of the words spoken by Hollywood celebrities in the public eye. We've seen them advocate passionately passionately for important causes, speaking out on global stages, and championing the rights of the vulnerable, especially children. Ashton Kutcher, for instance, had taken a firm stance on human rights and the fight against sexual violence. It's disheartening to see those words seemingly forgotten while supporting someone convicted of such serious crimes. It's a reminder that actions speak louder than words in the glitz and glamour world. Advocacy and promises must be backed by consistent and unwavering support for justice, accountability, and the well-being of survivors. As we navigate these complex situations, let's not forget the survivors who courageously step forward, their voices echoing in a call for change.
It gets more efficient and more cost-effective over time. I might be able to present to you a government initiative where next year I come back and ask for less.
We hope that this case prompts meaningful discussions and leads to a deeper understanding of the importance of standing with survivors and upholding the principles of justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey through a Hollywood story that challenges us all to
Yeah, I think we can end the one right there. That is a very concerning one, very concerning video. Things just go full circle and you get held accountable for, the things you might have done. And this said 2001 to 2003, a long time ago. How many years? 20 years ago. But they're holding him accountable now. So yeah, guys, that is just, if anything, or a moral lesson from that one, it'll be very careful, as much as you can. Do the right thing and do not hurt anybody. Do not impede on anybody's freedom. Do the right thing. Anyways, you saw the video. It was long enough. I'm not going to keep it longer. Feel free to share your thoughts. That being said, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a wonderful day. Peace. I made this bed on my own,